Alright lads, so today we have a very exciting video. We are officially bringing back the Bleach Bracer Awards for 2021. This is something that we did do back in 2019, where the feedback that I did receive in that video was very positive, and a lot of people did enjoy the idea of a Bleach Bracer Award show. We was going to do it in 2020, but unfortunately I didn't have the idea, or I didn't know how I was going to tackle it that year, so in the end I just didn't make it. However, for the last couple of months leading up to the end of 2021, I've been thinking about this non-stop, and I've been thinking about how are we going to do the 2021 award show. How am I going to be able to top it up from last year? And we come up with a way. So what we have gone ahead and done is made a form where you lads watching this video right now, the Bleach Bracer Souls community, can vote for the nominees. And that's what we're doing within this video. We are voting for the nominees of each category. We have a bunch of categories to go over today, and you get to vote for your who you want to see as a nominee. In a week's time, once we do get enough votes, we will then announce the nominees, and we'll make another video where you can then vote for the winner. And I do encourage you lads to join in the fun too. In the comment below, the pinned comment and also the description, there will be a link to this form where you can fill it out and vote for who you want to see as a nominee for this upcoming award show. Feel free to share it, and the same can be said for any content creator watching this video. If you want to make your own video going over who you're voting for, then it definitely is encouraged. If you don't, then that's perfectly fine, and as long as you share the link, we also definitely really do appreciate it, because we are going to be putting a lot of work into making this as fun as possible. In addition to that, I also do want to give massive credit to a fellow content creator over on One Piece Treasure Cruise, that being Toadski. I did take massive inspiration in terms of how they handled the award show for their game, and I feel like this is definitely the best way to do it, to get the most votes and to get the community just talking and discussing about who they think is the best character, worst character, best sub animation, etc, etc. We have a bunch of awards to go through, and that's what we're here to do today. So upon click on the link, you will be taken to a Google form where you have all the categories, and you can fill out any name you want to. Now keep in mind, every award does have a different character availability in terms of who you can vote for. Some awards only include premium characters, some include every character, and then some only include limited characters. So I do recommend and encourage you lads to read the description of every category, as to not vote for a character that isn't allowed to be voted there, because if you vote for the wrong character, then your vote isn't counted. In addition to that, I also want to emphasize one important thing. For the particular category of best premium character of the year, we have chosen not to include 6th anniversary Aizen and Alba Kichigo. While yes, it is true they are premium characters, they are also an exception to the rule in terms of just traditional premium characters. They are pretty much fighting for the best character of the year, and realistically, if one of them wins best character of the year, they're also going to win best premium character of the year, and that isn't really fun. We want to highlight just some of the normal premium characters, those non-anniversary premium characters, so we chose not to include them, just to make it more fair and have more fun when it comes to talking about who is actually the best premium character, because we all know it would be Alba Kichigo or Aizen if they were included, and that's not fun. So we chose not to include them. And lastly, before I do go ahead and fill out the form myself, at the top of the form there will be 2 links to images of the characters that did release this year, and also all the resurrected characters this year. In case you forgot entirely who came out this year, that should serve as a reminder so you can have an easier time going through the form. But that said, I'm about to go through the form myself, so if you haven't already filled it out, I recommend you go fill out first before watching this part of the video. Alright, so the first nomination is for best character. So who am I personally voting for? For me, it's kind of easy. It's going to be going for 6th anniversary Aizen. I feel like he's such an absolute powerhouse of a character, being the first character to introduce Frenzy +2, having 2 status elements, weakening plus drain, probably the best combo, something that we're kind of seeing with the Retsu right now, having sharpshooter, a really powerful SA1 and 2, SA3, the character is almost just perfect. And again, it makes you wonder how they're going to top someone like this, and they probably will by the time the 7th anniversary comes, because we're starting to see a power creep in terms of skills with the Spirits, Arthur, Retsu. So yeah, my vote for best character of the year is going to go to 6th anniversary Aizen. For nominations of worst character of the year, my vote is going to go to Fierce Battle Zapdo. I called at the start of the year that he is the worst character of the year, and I'm still standing by that. Although I do think Stark is a very close second, the only reason why I said he's better is because he's a droplet character, and farming droplets right now is definitely more important than crystals, as crystals kind of come easy. So do droplets to a certain extent, but I feel like I'd much rather have someone like Stark than someone like Zapdo. I use Stark, but I don't use Zapdo because he's just bad, and the fact that I'm being forced to use him occasionally in Senkamon and Epic Raids just really annoys me. So worst character of the year, in my opinion, is it has to just potentially go to Zapdo. It's crazy how bad he is. He's not good. Nominations for Best Soul Bomb Animation. Now, this is something I'm very excited for because I really don't know. Like, 2 years ago when I did the first award show, I feel like everyone was in agreement with Full Hollow Ichigo's Soul Bomb Animation being, like, the best of the best. And this year, there's a lot of tough ones. There's some really good ones. For example, in my opinion, I feel like the Swimsuit Rukia has a really cool Soul Bomb animation with, like, so much life thrown into it. It really feels like there's a lot going on. Another character like Art Book Ichigo and also the 6th anniversary Aizen, the idea of their attacks are really cool too, especially Aizen's, but my vote is going to be going to Spirit Alpha Evolution Sui. Spirit Alpha Evolution Sui has a really cool animation. It's by far one of my favorites of the year. And while I'm not the biggest fan of his Shrine Attack animations, I feel like Caleb really nailed the idea of his Soul Bomb animation. The Kagame, him going in circles, singing, you don't know where he is, and then you just get stabbed in a first-person view. It's a terrifying Soul Bomb animation, and yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of the better ones of the year. And I'm kind of curious to see who the top 5 are going to be, right? We'll find out in a week's time. Nominations for Best Premium Character. As I already did mention at the start, we are not including 6th Anniversary Aizen and also Art Book Ichigo. So, who would this go for? I spent a long time trying to guess who I would want to vote for here because this year, especially in 2021, we received a lot of really good premium characters that excel in their own thing. And we also received the start of our arena characters. And arena characters should continue going into 2022. And this has allowed premium characters to compete with end of month characters, limited characters that are normally significantly better, which is actually kind of the good thing about arena banners, although the rates obviously do suck. But for me personally, I feel like the best premium character of the year is going to go to either Arena Okiura or Arena Tsukishima. Arena characters do have the slight edge here in being characters that have Havoc, for example, but I have really fun playing with both of these characters, especially because I do own them, and I'm more so leaning on the edge of Tsukishima since he is potentially more recent. It might be recency bias, but outside of his SA2, which isn't that big of a deal, I really like his animations, his strong attacks, and he's powerful, especially for a premium character. So my vote for best premium character is going to go to Arena Tsukishima. After that, we have the best limited character, and this does include Calm For You Old, Spirits Are Fair With You, Movie, and Burn the Witch characters, and also seasonals. So, in my opinion, who do I think is the best limited character? It's a hard one, I'm not going to lie, because we have characters like Spirits Are Forever You Jushiro, Retsu, Kisuke, Shinji, the Burn the Witch characters that came out this year, so the Christmas Noel Nini, and also the Burn the Witch Bruno. They are really, really good characters this year, and it's kind of hard to pick just one. Now, I was feeling on the side of picking Bruno, because he's a very powerful character, he's really good. I also wanted to pick someone like Noel or Nini, because they're also very good, but in the end, ultimately, I'm going to be picking Retsu for my nominee vote, because even though she isn't out just yet, I feel like she's going to be such a powerful character to play around with, Frenzy +2, plus the 20% Berserker, plus the 20% Full Stand, the extra bit of recharge, the SA3 heal, that's like a 40% team heal, that's something that we've never seen before on a character, and then she also has Drain and Weakening on all of her attacks, and Marauder. Like, Retsu's kind of powerful, I'm not gonna lie, and it's very close, it can go either way, so I think Retsu might actually get into the top 5 nominees. I'm not sure if she's gonna win it though, but we'll find out, in like 2 weeks time when we do announce the winners. So, very curious to see how this one again plays out once more, but my vote for today is going to go to the Spirits Are Forever With You, Retsu. Next up, we have nominations for Best Resurrection. Now, for me, I'm kind of conflicted on whether I should be voting for a character that had the best upgrades or just the overall best character that has received the Resurrection this year. And I'm also leaning on the side of the latter. In this case, I feel like characters like TLA Soifon, TLA Shinji, the Technique Butterfly Aizen, all the ones I can get to are all very valid choices. Someone also like Kokuto, the movie version, also received a pretty good upgrade, and they're all viable options for the top 5 potential winners of the Best Resurrection category. For me, though, my vote is probably going to go to Soifon, because I feel like she's the best character to be used, and I still use it to this day when it comes to using resurrectable characters, and I feel like Soifon definitely takes the cake for that, although it is definitely a close battle. Again, once more, Shinji, White Zangetsu, especially Butterfly Aizen, all have the possibilities of winning this, but my vote for today is going to go to TLA Soifon. Nominations for Best Artwork. Now, for me, this was a very, very easy choice. I don't think it's even that close, but again, once more, I'm very curious to see what people are going to be voting for this one. My vote for today, though, is going to be going to Yachi Unohana. Oh, sorry, Retsu Unohana, the Spirits Are Forever With You one. This version of Retsu is so cool because we're getting a hint at Yachi Unohana in the artwork, and the artwork is so good that it's kind of disappointing to a certain extent when we actually get a look at the character model, because we don't really get to see Yachi Unohana in the character model for the most part, right? I absolutely adore this artwork, the posing of the character, the little smirk from Retsu, the blood going around her, and also, most importantly, the blood blade that she is wielding that unfortunately she doesn't use in gameplay outside alongside of SA3 just looks so cool, and I absolutely love this artwork. So my vote for today for the nominations of best artwork is going to be going to Spirits Arth with you, Retsu. After that, we have nominations for best character design, and keep in mind, we're also looking at the character design and not the artwork. The artwork shouldn't have a play into this, right? If the artwork is bad, it doesn't matter. We're looking at the character design. How do they look? How they look in game, for example. Now, for me, my vote is going to be going for Spirits Arth with you, Kenpachi. Believe it or not, I know his design's kind of hit or miss for a lot of people, but I'm one of the few people that actually really adore this design because I love the fact that they're taking aspects from the 1,000 Year Blood War arc and seeing something that kind of makes sense, and it's a really cool concept of Kenpachi using something from Yachiru, which again kind of makes sense, right? In this case, he's using Sampu Kenju, and we can see him dual wielding the blades, and it looks really, really cool, especially in gameplay when we can see every slash that he does too has the 3 slashes and the colors. It looks really, really cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the artwork because his face does look a bit cracked out, but the character design in general and the thought process behind it and the backstory behind this character design is the reason why the vote's going to me. A close second, though, would be definitely someone like Christmas Nini and Noel. Obviously, I'm a sim for those two characters, and seeing them in Christmas designs is definitely a reason to vote for them. 6th Anniversary Aizen really looks cool after you get over the fact that he has the Rayman arms. But overall, a lot of good characters to vote for here. My vote, though, is going to go to Kenpachi. Most overrated character. This one's going to be kind of interesting. Compared to most of the categories, even though I've said like it's going to be kind of cool to see what people vote for here, I'm kind of curious the most here to see who people are going to vote for when it comes to the most overrated character, because I don't think there's one definitive character that has been overrated for the most part. My vote, though, is going to be going for Spirits Arth with you, Shinsui. Believe it or not, I don't know. I don't see the hype in this character. Like, I've used him, I have him 4-5. I don't like using him all too much, and maybe it's because I haven't played with him all too much, but I just much prefer to play with any other main character in the game. I'm not the biggest fan of his SA2. I can see the good thing in it, but then at the same time, it's just like, it's just I see a lot of people praise this character as one of the best main characters in the game, and I can see that, but I don't know, man. I just don't like this character that all too much. I love the special animation, the character design is also cool, but in terms of picking a most overrated character, my choice is going to him. I think he's just pretty good, not amazing, like other people would say. So I'm probably alone in that assessment, though. I'm not going to say it's something you should agree with, but yeah, very curious to see who people are going to be voting for this one. Most underrated character. So this one's also a very easy choice for me, and my pick for today is going to be going to the Redux Nanao. She is a character that I kind of trust when she first came out because, you know, she didn't look anything too special. Most people, I think, don't realize the value in this character, but overall, she's just a very good support character. Most people would kind of rank her low, but I feel like she's actually pretty good in what she does do. In fact, in what she does want to do is probably one of the best characters for that because she's a very powerful support. She provides a shield on her soul bomb. I think she has the boost, correct me if I'm wrong, and she also has the team party buff to power Soribas, and there's a lot of good power Soribas that can benefit from that, such as the Christmas Toshiro, the Spirits Arth with Kisuke, and also 5th Anniversary Ichigo. I see myself and guildmates using this character a lot, and I'm very happy to have her, so my vote for most underrated character is definitely going to be going to the Redux Now. Nominations for most fun to play character. Now, this award I literally threw in last minute. I originally didn't have this planned, but I wanted to see what the community thinks is the most fun to play character. Now, your reason for voting a character can be literally anything. There's nothing wrong with voting for a character here. You can vote for a character because you have a personal bias. Let's say, hypothetically, it's Rukia. You want to vote for Rukia. That's completely fine. Let's say you want to vote a character because they're 5-5. Again, that's also completely fine. In this case, my vote is actually going to go to Spirits Arth with you, Don Kanoji. The reason because, again, I have him 5-5, it pretty much means he's actually usable, and he can actually kill stuff with his strong attacks, and I also just like the character. It's a playable Don Kanoji. He's usable at 5-5, and the skills that he does have allows him to be one of my more used main characters, believe it or not. I love the fact that it's Don Kanoji just riding around in a car with the Bakara behind him, and that simply is the reason why I'm voting for him. I like that it's Don Kanoji, he's a meme character, he's just fun to play, especially when you have him 5-5, so my vote's going to him. Nomination for Best Banner. Now, my pick for a nominee is definitely going to go to the 6th Anniversary banner, mainly because it was just a really good banner. Like, literally, it was such a good banner. Your reason for voting for this, by the way, could be because of how good the fillers were alongside with the banner character, or simply it could just be because of how good the banner characters were. In this case, though, we had 6th Anniversary Aizen. Even though it was a one-character banner, it included the best character in the game, and then it also included the last year's Anniversary characters, that being 5th Anniversary Ichigo and Byakuya, which is something that we didn't expect to see, and then most of the fillers in that banner were characters that came out this year. So it was a very good banner, and even for someone that was wailing this year, I was missing most of the characters, so it definitely made it easier to spend all my orbs in this banner. I spent over like 20,000 on that banner. It was kind of insane, so yeah, easy choice for me, 6th anniversary banner. And of course, because we had Best Banner, now we have nominations for Worst Banner. So my pick for nominations of Worst Banner, I wanted to pick the new Ban the Witch banner. Even though the banner has insane value with the 2 banner characters, the fillers for that banner are absolutely atrocious. Like, worse than normal, man. It literally killed all the hype most people had for that banner. At the same time, though, I do want to give my vote to the Waco Mundo Stark and Barragan banner, because that just had... There was no reason to summon on it, right? Those 2 characters that came out were just kind of mediocre, especially Stark. At the same time, too, the fillers I don't think were too great, and it came right after the 6th anniversary. So it wasn't even remotely good to bait people into spending money on the game, something the 5th anniversary banner did with the Kisuke. He was a very powerful character right after the anniversary, and it got people spending whatever little orbs they had left. In this case, the Stark and Barragan banner, it was just the easiest skip of all time. So, for me, worst banner, my pick is going for the Waco Mundo banner featuring Stark and Barragan. Nominations for Best Feature Added. Now, this one is kind of an easy choice for me, and because it had the most impact on me personally, and that was definitely the Epic Raid revamp. It unfortunately did come at the downside of losing out orbs every single or every second month, but they have already fixed that problem with this upcoming Toshiro Epic Raids. And with that, Epic Raids is now perfect. It's a great feature that they have added. The medals you get per quest is increased 5 times, soul tickets is great, overall increasing the value of the Coins Bonanza Pass. The rewards are great now, you can get more stuff from the shop, and it's just a fun update. It made Epic Raids fun. I've maxed out all the shops since, something that I never did before, which is just great. This is actually the perfect thing they've added in this game. It's one of the few things to complain about. They also added the ultimate difficulty on the Awakened version, or changed the difficulty in that, where it's actually really difficult, and it kind of encourages me to max out my Epic Raid characters and actually learn the pattern, play with my guildmates more often, because we know what we're doing. So yeah, for me, definitely the best feature they added this year it has to be Epic Raids 5 times. It could be other stuff too, but for me, 5 times Epic Raids, the revamp of Epic Raids in general is definitely the best thing they added this year. Nominations for Worst Feature Added. Now, this one was kind of a tough one because we had a lot of bad things this year at the same time. One thing I was going to vote for was the addition of the new level indicators. I thought that was obviously one of the big disappointing things, especially after they flopped it twice. But my vote for this one is going to be going to the addition of +5 super link slot potions. I don't like the idea of it. I don't mind that it's on Noelle and Nini, because I'm actually going to play with those characters and I think they're actually very good. But when they eventually put it onto a bad character, it's going to make IT farming not fun, when it's already not fun because you don't have 5 times soul tickets. It also makes the hype for new characters kind of lessen when they aren't a super link slot character. Like, if you look at the new Retu, for example, she's great, but then when they add a new 5 times super link slot potion for a tech character, then I can't even use Retsu. Personally, I'm still going to use Retsu. I don't care what anyone says. I'm hosting my own rooms, and I'll let the link slot characters join me. I'm not carrying them. They're holding their own weight. But I do think this is something that Caleb need to address going forward into 2022. Maybe adding like a co-op link slot where you can just add one character to get that skill would be great, and it would definitely allow us to use anyone that we want to. And that's something that is going to be the biggest problem going into 2022. So for me, the worst feature they added this year was definitely super link slot potions. And then for the last 2 award categories, we have just something fun. So nominations for the most anticipated character for 2022. Now, when it comes to voting for a character in this one, it could be someone that has already been announced. For example, the Spirits Arthur with your characters, or it could be someone they're just really hoping to see in 2022. For example, Yuha V2, Giselle, Asnot, potentially a filler character like the Bounce, for example. For me, though, my vote's obviously going to go to Giselle. I've been waiting a year for her, plus multiple years at this point, ever since the manga characters came back. Unfortunately, though, we didn't see any new manga characters happen this year, so I'm really hoping that sometime in 2022, when manga characters do return, hopefully sometime later in the year, because I have more time to save up, I'm hoping Giselle is one of the first ones they do add, because she's long overdue. I just want to have her in the game. I want to play with her, and I don't mind waiting, because the longer the better. It means she's going to be a more fun character to play around with. And yeah, my most anticipated character for 2022, potentially even 2023, is definitely Thousand Year Blood with Giselle. And then lastly, we had the nomination for the most anticipated update in 2022. Now, this can be literally anything. Like the last one, it could be something that has already been confirmed, or it could be something that might never even come to the game. Let us know what you want to see in 2022. So for me, the thing I want the most I would love a new game mode, but it's a bit too broad in the idea of, like, what does that mean? What do I even want in a new game mode, right? For me, though, something that I know will eventually happen, and I want to happen next year more specifically, is 5 times soul tickets on IT. I very much do enjoy farming IT. It's just a massive grind because you have to do one soul ticket at a time. It's really annoying, especially in the EU, because we have very bad time zones in terms of when IT is available. You're either farming when you're working or in school, or you have to farm in the middle of the night. So it's really bad. It's something that Americans and people across the world that aren't in the EU don't really experience, and it's really bad for us when it comes to farming IT. And having 5 times IT would pretty much solve that, because I could bang out all my tickets in like an hour or two, max out one character a day. That would be great if I really wanted to put in the grind for it. So yeah, that's the most anticipated thing I want to see in 2022. Other than that though, I wouldn't mind seeing a new arena game mode, because the arena's kind of boring right now. So yeah, that is what I want to see in 2022. And with that said, lads, that was the video for today. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Again, once more, just another reminder at the end of the video to make sure you lads do fill out this form. We want to get as much vote as possible to get an understanding of what the community does believe is the best, worst character, best soul animation, etc, etc. I'm very happy to be hosting this, and I can't wait to see what the nominees are going to be looking like, and in the end, sometime in January, see what the winners are going to be. So hope you guys enjoyed this journey with us that we're going to be having for the next 2 or so weeks to find out what character stood out this year in the Bleach Brave Souls Awards for 2021. With that said, I'll see you lads next time. Peace.